Good afternoon, everybody. D-Toy Jeep back here. Today is Sunday, and what I'm showing you is the JeepCables.com Big 7 4 replacement cable kit. As you can see, the kit is for a TJ 4.0 made in the USA. These are, I want to say, 2 gauge. They come in 2 and 4, made in the USA. As you can see, they also come with a fuse for the alternator. 150, it's already installed from factory, and they also have a 200. So if you want to upgrade your alternator, all you got to do is just change the fuse for the upgraded alternator. It comes with military grade clamps, so you don't have to worry about putting all your accessories on here every time you got to loosen the battery. You connect them to the top, that way they stay on there tight. Just loosen, take the battery off if you need to. All the cables that came with the kit are labeled. There's no instructions, but they are labeled. I don't know if you can see here, but it says, let me see, I'm kind of half blind, battery negative. So you know this is going to go on a battery negative. Follow the cable around. Take the sticker off, which will be this one. And this end here, see, that's the wrong one. Okay. Okay, battery negative. Here we go. This one is for the firewall, so it's easy installation. Battery negative to firewall, battery negative to sorry about that. Well, anyway, they're all labeled. I'm going to see if I can install every single one today. I should be able to install them with no problem at all. But kit comes with everything. It's supposed to be an excellent kit. I'm going to try to do everything I can to install them correctly. So just stand by and see what I do. Este kit es para TJ del 97 a 2006. Son más gruesos los cables, si pueden ver. Vienen con ya marcado, te dicen que va para la batería positivo, al fusible, que este es el fusible aquí. No viene con instrucciones, pero las baterías están marcadas todas. Tienen su marca donde que van instalados. Me da unos minutos y empezamos la instalación. Alright, here we go. The first cable I'm going to change is the firewall to the, I don't call it engine block, but it's to the end of the block here. I'm climbing on top of here into my engine bay, but I don't like to do because I don't want to end up breaking anything as I'm trying to fix one thing. But I was trying a little while ago, and this shit is hard as hell to take out. Like I said, it's hard as hell to take it off. I don't want to strip it either. It's gonna make it worse. Let's see if I can find a bigger one. 11/16. Alright, hopefully the camera doesn't fall, but I had to use an 11/16. Socket does not work in there. The angle that it's in, it's hard to get to. So I literally had to go in here. Damn it. Had to go in here. Sorry about that, folks. With the 11/16. Tie the, well, not tie. Get a hammer and whack on it a couple times so I can break the nut loose. And it came loose. I'm just trying to work it free with my hand. Very, very tight space in here to work with. Whew, I'm getting hot. But you know what I'm going to do? Maybe if I come in now with the 11/16. Earlier, might be able to work it out of there pretty easy. Let's see. try this. We did it before, now that it's broken loose. I'm gonna have to climb back in here. And try this again. Alright, now it's a little easier than before. It is hot, not the carbon. At least it's on the bottom. Should be able to finish the rest with my hand. Whew. That out here is like 100 degrees or something, or more. Alright, screws out, cables out, goes on the bottom. I gotta see what size nut this one is. Where's it at? This big old one here. Might be the same. Let me see. I want to say it's the same, but these wires, everything's in the way. That's too big, so it's not. Diggity dog. It's down at 11/16. Something smaller. Give me a few minutes. Alright, to take out the one from the firewall, you're going to need a 15mm socket. The big screw, which is right here. Jeeps are so easy to work on, so uncomfortable to get to. Whew. There we go again. Sorry about that, folks. Trying to find a good place to set the phone, but the phone keeps falling. So I'll go ahead and take this out. We'll put in the new wire. And at least we got the first one done. Make sure there's nothing else attached to this screw here. Besides the one that I have. Make sure. That's almost out. Here we go. Oh, what is this? Alright. Alright, I'm going to have to cut this here because you can see I have placed a zip tie. And as you can well see, only one was actually in, the other one was not. Alright, just be careful to cut my cables. I installed this myself, so that should be pretty good. Let me just check because I always tend to cut myself. I know what you're probably saying. Where's your snips? Just like everybody else. So has to be lazy. Oh. Alright. Got that out. Now I gotta see, what does this cable go to? I don't know. This is not the one that was attached to the car. Or was it? So here's the cable I just pulled out. So you can see that part was up there. The two bottom halves were on the bottom, but they were not connected. Really? Barley! Ho, ho, ho. Let me get back and connect this new one, which is right here. So this one will go up on the top, and this one will go on the bottom. That piece was there on the top. Those two were on the bottom, but only one was connected. So it should not be a big problem. The problem I'm having is keeping this camera from moving around. Alright, so on the cable it says here, firewall. This is the one that goes in the firewall. This is firewall. And let's see, where is that? I don't know what this is, but it was connected already. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put it right back where it came from. You know what? Let me check the. Make sure I got the right socket. I don't want to strip nothing. Yep. 15 millimeter. I'm gonna get it started by hand. Make sure I got the right one. Nope. Firewall. Alright. So put this through here. This in through here. This is gonna go to the firewall. Start it off by hand. Then I gotta manipulate the wire. It's the best way to get it. So it's not in nobody's way. And let's see. Oh, it's not fitting. Are you serious? It's not gonna fit. This is battery negative. I'm wondering, why is this so small? You know what? Let me see if maybe I can turn it around. But I doubt it because this screw is bigger than the other one. Let me try here. See what happens. Alright, let me try. I just turned it around. Maybe this will fit. It's a pretty big hole. Ah, son of a bitch. Still won't fit. Are you serious? Ah. Alright, so I'm trying to drill a bigger hole with a drill bit. But as you can see, of course, it's nothing major. It's just a little cut. I just happened to pull it out. Let's see if it's big enough, see if I can stick it in a hole, and then we'll come back. Hey everybody, D-Toy Jeep. For those of you that have been following me for a while, the beginning of this video was actually made a year ago. I installed one of the cables, this is the old one, to the firewall, and I never got back to installing the rest because it just looked complicated. It wasn't complicated, well, it's not complicated, but I got this from jeepcables.com, Big 7. Full replacement for the TJ 4.0, and it comes with, you know, stickers and all the cables. Here's the red ones, fuse box, well, fuse regulator. I mean, it's got a bunch of things which I'm going to show you how to install, but I didn't get back to it because you know how it is. Jeep was running fine, but what happened is my Optima, if you go back to one of my other videos, I purchased the Optima battery. It was working great, but what happened, after 2 years, it was just draining because I don't drive the car. It sits in the garage. So the battery started going bad. I went back before warranty expired, 3 years. I am AutoZone. Was able to pick up a new one. This is a new one. I got to go ahead and install it. If you want to know what this is, just ask me later on, or maybe I'll explain to you. But I went ahead and started with the cables. Cables are labeled. Here's the black ones. This one says battery negative, battery negative. This is going to be my negative terminal. This comes with the package. I'm installing it this way because I first put both of them on here, but I went to install the battery, put this on a battery. I just wanted to check. Luckily, I didn't do it. It was rubbing against each other, so I went ahead and just put them this way. And over here, I'm going to install all the lights and everything else on this side. The ends, as you can see, is they tell you this one is for the fender. Yep, there you go. And the other end is for the engine block. So it's self-explanatory. And I also started doing it because, from what I see, it's easier without the battery being in here. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this one. Here's all my other cables. And these are the two cables here. One is the firewall, which is this one here. It says fender, but it's the firewall. And then the other one is the engine block, which is down right. Where's my finger? Let me see if I can show you. It's that one right in there. See that cable right there? That one there? That one right there. That's the other one. So I'm going to go ahead and take those two out. That'll remove this, and then I can connect the other ones. So I'm going to have to go in here, cut down on here, so I can remove it, pull it out. And the reason why I'm doing it too is I didn't realize, look at the terminals, how they are. If you look here, when you tighten, it's already crushed. This is all broken. See right there? Same thing on the other side. It's all broken. I'm sorry about the lighting. It's right here. It's all crushed in, broken. One of my followers, hopefully you still follow me, when I started putting the cable, and like I said, I just got lazy. It looked like it was complicated. I didn't continue, so I installed only one. If you look here, this one here is the one I installed, which is the firewall one. I think it's right there. The firewall, and it goes down into the. Where does this one go to? It was into right here, the back of the engine block, right here. You can see right there. That's the one that I installed. That was the first cable I did, and that was a year ago. And today, I'm gonna go ahead and continue doing these. Now that I have the battery out, it makes it a little easier. I'm gonna see if I clean this mess up here also, and go ahead and install the battery. I suggest if you want this battery, that's great. Get it at AutoZone. That was the cheapest I can find, especially if you're military. And they give you a 3-year warranty. It's been 2 years. Took it back, and they gave me another 3-year warranty. So it's the best option because they are expensive. But we'll go ahead and install. And where's my buddy at? Where you at? Are you there somewhere? Where you at? There you are. What are you doing? What are you doing? Huh? Watching you. Really? Alright, I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, I'm going to cut this here, so I'm not going to show any both hands. I'm going to keep this wrap here. I'm going to disconnect this cable here, which is for the fender, they call it the fender, and the other one here, the firewall. And I'll show you step by step. When you take off the nut on the engine block, make sure that you, see if I can see it here. There's a cable here. Make sure you put this one back on. This one comes out first, and then you can pull the one from the engine block off. Alright, as you can see the way I put it, I turned it around. Put the fender and the engine block on this side, because this side you're not going to be loosening or tightening. This side you will. I don't want to have any issues. So these will just be the lights and stuff up here. Everything else will go down here. I still got to tape it back up, but I'm going to wait till I put the other cables on here. Alright, hopefully you can see what I'm trying to show you. If you look here, see that red cable? It's actually connected. Let's see if I can show you. It's hard to see. There's actually two on the red one here. There's a brown small cable. It's like a sensor, and there's the red one. The red one goes up here and the brown one goes down here, but it's one piece. I'm going to go ahead and take these two nuts off, and then I have to cut this in the middle so I can screw this one back on. You don't want to leave it off. So that's what I'm going to have to end up doing now. Here's what I was talking about, the starter cable. If you can see, it has two cables. want that brown one there, which goes to the fuse box, is the one that's attached to the starter. What I'm doing is I'm cutting with the blade. It's plastic, so cutting in through here so I can separate it. This one will stay on. I can plug it in and just put the new cable, which replaces this one here. As you can see, I cut it with the razor. So plastic. So I'm going to go ahead and screw this back in. Go ahead and pull this red wire out, put the new one. Okay, this PDC is this one right here. As you can see, here's a positive terminal. That's going to go to the starter. This one's going to go to the PDC, which is here. Battery terminal will go here. Alright, I had to get a 5/16 drill bit because the PDC will not fit in here. So I just made the hole a little bigger, and now it goes right in. Alright, I finished. This is the way I did my setup. This is my winch, fender, body, winch, PCM, starter. Here's all my lights, positive and negatives. So it's pretty simple. If you got any questions, let me know. I'll try to answer them for you. Thank you for watching.